It is October 10th, and finally I finished the prologue. I don't like how it's not how I pictured, but it's done. Hi, so it is October 7th, and I'm here to actually do an intro to this video. So for the past 2 nights, I have been working on the first draft of Project Oxymoron. Now this kind of came out of nowhere. It really just hit me, kind of like this novel, it's in general, has just like slapped me in the face so many times, and it's done it again. We're not in an abusive relationship with it. It just likes to make sure we're paying attention to it. You know what I mean? So yes, for the past 2 days, I've been working on this draft. Now, I'm not a very big fan of how the words are coming out right now, but I'm trying to tell myself it's the first draft. Like, you're gonna write it. If you just write it and then be done with it, you will be able to make it so much better the second time around. You just need to get the main story out. Like, all you have right now is Act 1. You don't know anything about Act 2. You know a little bit about Act 3. So you need to get Act 2 done and out there so that you can make the story better. So I don't really like the words right now, but I'm just trying to be okay with that because nobody's going to read this but myself. So we're on chapter 2 right now. And I actually went through my document where I outlined it originally, and I re-outlined it on just a yellow notepad. It's got a couple of pages here. I re-outlined it to expand the outline, and I added bullet points because that makes my brain happy to check those off. So I added some bullet points and stuff like that just to make the Act 1, to flesh it out more, so I knew exactly what was happening, because I knew what scenes I wanted, but I didn't know what those scenes were going to look like. So I just sat down and I rewrote the outline, and now I actually know how Act 1 is going to look. So yes, we're on chapter 2, and we are currently 2,577 words into it. So that is where we sit in the outline, or in the draft currently. Now I'm going to put on a playlist and just write. It is currently 8:19. I'm probably going to write until 9 o'clock, and then get ready for bed. So I'll see you guys when I'm done. Let's find out how many words I write tonight. Okay, so I just finished writing chapter 2. So I wrote the whole chapter, and I kind of thought that I would tonight, but we are now at 3,996 words for this document. This chapter that I wrote is 1,415 words. That is a really good chapter. The whole chapter is this one scene. It needs to be expanded. I introduced a character named Alex, who at this point doesn't come back into the story, but I haven't outlined Act 2 or 3, so he very well could, and he probably should, because I think I have an idea for how you come back into it. So yeah, I gotta write with him, and honestly, none of these people have any descriptions about what they look like, so there's so much that already needs to be fixed. I'm just trying not to focus on it. I haven't written in so long, and I hate every single word I've written, except for the start of the prologue. The prologue has 2 scenes in it, and the first scene of this prologue, the opening scene of this book, it is beautiful. I love it so freaking much, and it's just not gotten up to that level of greatness since then. I don't know what happened, okay? Feels great to be writing again and crafting the story, especially because this one has just got a chokehold on me, but I wish they sounded good. We are about to, the next chapter, chapter 3, will have the inciting incident in it, so that'll be exciting. I'm going to introduce another new character. So yeah, but don't worry. She plays a very important part of the story. She is the inciting incident. So it's a different day. It's the 8th of October. Same position, same hairstyle. It works best with these headphones. we have more progress in the DOC, okay? We are now sitting at 4,941 words. My goal for the night was to hit 5K, but my scene concluded. So, 4,941 words it is. We are getting to the climax of Act 1. We are so close to this character who is the cause of the entire novel coming in, saying to my male character, hey, this is what's happening. This is what's up. And I am so freaking excited. Like, we got to meet her in this scene, and I was just like, ah! And we got, like, the cat was introduced, and the cats in this book, okay, play a very, very big role. They're very, like, they have, there's a reason why they're here, right? They're not just here for fun and games. Like, they're here to play a purpose, to be a symbol, and I love it so much. I'm sorry. I feel so happy that this scene came out good because, like I told you yesterday, I was not feeling it at all. And I was like, is any of this going to be usable? But we've got something here. I got that much left before we get to the climax of Act 1, and then I'll have to outline again. I did not expect myself to write Act 1 as quick as I have, but hey, you know what? I'm gonna take it. It must be the writing juices ready to flow after so long. I don't really know. Oh my gosh. Y'all know how my male assassin is a lot less bloodlusty than the female one? There wasn't really a reason. Like, it was just supposed to be his character. But here I am, writing chapter 3, the second scene in chapter 3, getting ready to get to the climax, and bam! I'm just writing a little bit of backstory behind him, like, oh, why has it been so long since he actually murdered someone? You know, that's not very assassiny of him, is it? And then, boom, I'm just writing something that I was not thinking much about. I was like, well, I might have to move this in another draft because it's kind of just thrown in here. And then I was like, well, maybe, you know, this character can come back into the story somehow. I don't know how, but then that way it could be introduced a little bit more smoothly. Nope. I figured, oh my gosh. Okay, so, like, this character is in a coma, and I'm thinking, what if this character wakes up from the coma and tells the police what happened to them? And then there's another little thingy, like, my male character needs to team up with the female main character. Ooh, okay, I think it's coming along. I'm going to write this down super quickly on a brainstorming sticky note so I don't forget. I don't know how this is going to work, but this actually adds a little bit. This adds to the middle of the book that I had no idea what I was going to do. But now I have a little bit of a sneaky thingy. I also have one scene. It's a ballroom dance scene. I love it. Hopefully, when I get to writing it, it actually turns out. But that one night I woke up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and then just started acting out the scene in the middle of my dark bedroom. It was gorgeous. So, anyway, I just wanted to add that because, boom, epiphanies. Done, and I'm on chapter freaking 4, which chapter 4 is going to be the end of Act 1. I am like mind blown right now. Like, I'm like thinking back to the other books I've written, and the fact that I'm at 6,301 words, which means Act 1 is going to be probably 7,500. I was aiming, like, before I started writing today, I was thinking Act 1 was going to be 7,000, and I thought that was stretching. But no, chapter 3 really came together for me. So it's going to be probably 7,500 words. maybe 85 if I can get the scene, the descriptions, the words right when I do chapter 4, because it's almost freaking time for the deal to be introduced, and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I almost actually stopped writing today at 600 words written because it was time to introduce like the conflict of the book. And it's on my other computer, it's on Ela, and I'm going off of my memory, but I plotted it out on Ela, my big computer. So I need to find that and reread it and compare it to what I wrote so that I can actually see. Because I think it makes a lot more sense on what I brainstormed than it does on what I wrote, but that's going to be an easy fix. You know what I mean? Today's stats. I wrote 1,356 words. Like I said, chapter 3 is really, really good. Like, not like gonna stay that way forever, but it's a really, really, really good foundation compared to the previous 2 chapters I wrote. So I'm really, really happy with how chapter 3 turned out. I just need to adjust the thing that brings up the deal. So my coworkers and I made a Fro-Ri co-workers writing group. So the friendly writer co-worker group. And so it's just me and 2 other coworkers who really like stories, like writing and stuff like that. And we made like a little bit of like an accountability group chat, and I don't know if that's just great for my morale right now, but I'm having a lot of fun with that. We're talking over my friend's story, and she sent me her playlist, and it's like really good. Like, I'm like, please write your book so that you can send me the draft of it, because your playlist just gets me so hyped for it. It's fantastic. And if you guys want Project Oxymoron's playlist, I will leave it linked in the description box down below. You're not gonna have any idea what the songs are, because you've got here, like they're rambunctious, but they fit the story, and you'll find out eventually when this gets published. So yeah, anyway, now I believe I am done having a conversation with all of you guys, so I'm gonna go to bed, and I might see you tomorrow, I might not. I probably won't be writing Friday because my granny's coming up for my birthday, and she will have all of my devoted attention. So this might be the last time I write for a little bit, which is okay because it gives me more time to brainstorm Act 2, because I am on the final scene of Act 1, you guys. So we are getting really freaking close to having to outline again, and I don't have a lot of information about Act 2. I got these 2 sticky notes, and that's it. So I think doing a little bit of brainstorming is actually going to be really good. But I'm going to go, and I will see you guys when I am back to finish Act 1. Whoa! Hi, okay, so it is the 10th of October, 10/10/24, fun, and I am doing what I said I was going to do yesterday, which is transferring all the information about my characters on to a different program, and as I'm doing this, I have like a lot about my male main character fleshed out, because he is the main character. Like, there's 2 characters, but there's always going to be number 1. They're not equally main characters. There's the main character, and then there's kind of like the love interest / semi-main character, and she's a girl. So yeah, but I'm looking at like the stuff I have for her, and I have a lot of it up here, not a lot of it down on the computer, and I just think it's very interesting because I had a lot to transfer over with my male main character, but with her, I don't got a lot. So I went through, I just finished doing the 2 characters. There's obviously more characters than just these 2, but I have the 2 main characters down, and I might actually work on one for the villain, or like the person pulling the strings. I might make one for him to get his motivations, though like right now they're pretty basic. They're like, he wants this, so he's gonna have these people kill this. Like, it's pretty basic right now, but we can develop it later on, draft 2, draft 3. So yeah, I did that. I just finished doing like my character stuff, transferring it from my program to a different program, and then I'm cleaning my room because my granny's coming up for my birthday and she stays in my room. And I went to get this notebook right here that I actually got from somebody donated it to the library for the book sale, and we librarians, fun fact, get first dibs, and I bought this for like $1, so I got this cute little book. In my mind though, this notebook right here was a notebook to brainstorm and outline a 3-book middle grade series, a cute little travel middle grade trilogy, right? Like that's what this was. And I went to open it up to put something I had an idea for yesterday at work. I just saw a book and I was like, oh, boom. Like it was like a biography about someone. I was like, oh, that would be perfect for this. So I opened it up. So I guess it technically is like Maisie's outlining and brainstorming because it had having this stuff here. But then I flip to this right here. Project Oxymoron. That's literally what we're at. And I was like, oh my gosh, what is this? I keep flipping. I did one of those things, like one of those trackers. And I completely forgot about it. So now I get to fill it in. And I just wanted to share that story with you, that this is a mix of Maisie Owens' brainstorming, and then this is also Project Oxymoron tracking, apparently. So I get to cross off 3 of these. So there we are. The first 5K have been colored. I made these circles really big, but look at that. And I'm so close to doing this one too. I completely forgot I had that. Okay, so today is the 14th of October, and I haven't written since, what was that, a Thursday or something? I honestly don't recall, because my granny's been up, so I've just been hanging out with her. Me, my granny, and my mom, we've been watching a ton of terrible movies, and they're watching like the 6th terrible movie we've watched in a row right now. And I said, no, I don't want to watch another bad movie. So here we are, we're upstairs, and we are going to finish Act 1. Here we are. Chapter 4 should be the last chapter of Act 1. I'm aiming for 8,000 words. Right now we're at 6,300. Pray what you want, pray out of me. I love's grown tired. I only wrote 600 words. Actually, it was like 593. So it was not the, what, 1,800 or so to something I needed to finish Act 1. And honestly, I'm not entirely sure that I like the 600 that I wrote. I don't know. It's just, it's not really, it did not flow like I wanted. And you know, when words flow, everything's great. You write more words when they're coming out and they sound good. These were hard to think of. My brain wasn't working. The words weren't flowing. It was like drinking a bad spoiled cup of orange juice. You can drink it, but it's not gonna taste good. And that's where we are. So I won't be writing tomorrow, which is Tuesday, but I will be writing Wednesday. And I will be finishing this Act 1 on Wednesday. You bet you I will be. Hi everyone, so it is Wednesday. I spent the day cleaning. I cleaned up the kitchen floor today, and the hallway, and the stairs upstairs. I started dusting my bookcase. Now that I've cleaned, I've eaten breakfast, I am motivated. We're going to finish Act 1 of my novel. So it is 11:05. I also cleaned my desk, and I just need to look at that. It never looks like that. Don't look at the second desk. That one is a little messy. A lot of that I'm just gonna throw away, but I'm cleaning out my trash can right now. I put it in the I put water in it and soap and stuff like that, so that's drying. So I don't have anything. I'm not throwing stuff in there yet. But my desk is clean and it's beautiful, and I just want to write. I just want to sit down and finish Act 1. I know this is draft 1, and I've been saying the whole time while writing Act 1 that what I've written, like, it doesn't matter if it's good or not, because I'm gonna rewrite it. And that's true, I am going to be doing that. However, this is the scene that gets the whole book going, and I really want it to be as good as I can get it for this first draft, so that I have this momentum going into Act 2, right? Like, that's kind of why I'm thinking, like, I want it to be good so that I can go into Act 2 feeling good. I don't want the final scene and chapter of Act 1 to be terrible and then be like, well, guess we're gonna go into Act 2 with terrible. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want that. So, let's just get Act 1 done. Like, I want to finish Act freaking 1. I'm really motivated right now. I'm also cold. Let's do it. You guys, I did it! Oh my gosh. So it is 12:45. I started probably 2 hours ago or something. My playlist, I'm on the last song of this playlist, and I finished it. Finished the chapter the same time this song ended. And yeah, look at that. Oh my goodness. Basically, I opened a brand new document and I just started writing. I restarted the whole scene and it came out so much better than the first freaking time, you guys. I am really, really happy with how this scene came out, with how the offer of the deal was written, the threats, the way I mean, it's not perfect. I feel like the villain could still be a little bit more evil, but for the first freaking draft, I'm really, really happy with how this whole scene played out. And like, I really, 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 really got into the threats. Like, I got into it, and I'm very, very happy with how it turned out. So, I haven't looked at how many words it is or put it into the actual draft document, but I have a pretty good feeling that I hit my 8K word count goal. Okay, so the entirety of chapter 4 came out to 2,000 words. I just wrote 2,000 words in 2 hours. I'm very happy with that. So 2,083 words to be exact, which means that the actual Act 1 document, you guys, is 8,000 words! I did it! Oh my goodness! That was my goal. My goal was to hit, what, 7,500 words for Act 1. It was actually probably 7,000, and then I was like, well, let's go for 75. And then I was like, I kind of want to do 8. And I did! Oh my goodness, I'm so freaking happy with how fat Act 1 is. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Okay guys, so that is going to be the end of this writing vlog. Again, I apologize that we're going out with not a bang. But I feel so freaking great. Okay, so looking back at my tracking stats, I started writing this draft. If you excuse what I wrote in the outlining vlog, because I did write the first couple, well, I think 1,000 words of the story back, like, when I outlined the first act. The prologue wrote the first 1,000 words. So if you exclude that I didn't even plan on including in the book, I wrote the first act in 10 days, which is crazy. I don't write for 2 freaking years, and now I'm like, boom, Act 1 in 10 days. Even when I wrote back 2 years ago, I did not write Act 1. I don't think I ever wrote an Act 1 in 2 days. So I'm very, very proud. I feel very freaking accomplished right now, you guys. And I'm very, very happy with where the story is right now. Let's kind of talk about what I want to do now, which is outline Act 2. Wow, who would have guessed? 8,000 words for Act 1 is amazing for me. I feel like an underwriter. I feel like that's where I would set in the overwriter or underwriter debate. I am probably an underwriter. And I never would have guessed that Act 1 for this book would be 8,000 words. Like, that is crazy to me. I know some people, like, they write a lot bigger Act 1s, and this Act 1 will probably get to be 10,000 words in draft 2 because I already know a lot of stuff I need to add and expand. But I'm very happy with draft 1 being 8,000 words so far. And I'm really happy with where the story is. I think the pace is pretty good, aside from I need to expand upon like the big first assassin scene in the book. It's very lackluster compared to the end of draft 1. Like, I can already see that that's not very good, but oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I feel like I can't think straight right now because I'm just so freaking happy with my book, my progress. Oh my gosh. Okay, but I'm going to be outlining Act 2 this week and next week. I'm going to try and outline Act 2 within a 1 week period. Well, a little over a week. I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna cry. It's just looking back at like the 2 books that I actually have finished. Sophie and I wrote a book, and I can't think off the top of my head what that word count was, but I don't think it was very big. I know it wasn't very big. 30K at most, if I had to guess. I'll put the actual amount right here on the screen. But the first book I wrote was 20,000 words. It was an assassin novel, and it's not very good. Looking back, like, I know what I was going for. It was not very good. And I cannot believe, it's so crazy to me that Act 1 of this book is 8,000 words. Like, I know that's not very much, but in my mind, it's like, that's crazy. Like, I've always wanted to be an author. I've always wanted to be a published author. My goal before I die is to have published at least 1 novel. And I've always had that goal. Whether or not it's trad or self-published, like, it doesn't really matter. I just really have always wanted to have a published book before I die. And I've always kind of, like, been ashamed of that goal because I couldn't actually write a freaking book. And I don't want to jump the gun here, but looking at these 8,000 words that I just wrote in 10 days, like, it actually seems doable now. It seems realistic. That seems like a realistic goal I can hit for the first time in my life. I feel like I can actually do this. And I don't know. Maybe you guys are like, Madison, you wrote 8,000 words. Okay, your book's not done. Calm down. But I failed and failed and failed to write a book. I continually failed my goal of writing a book, of outlining an idea. And here we are. Act 1 is done. And I actually wrote something that I could expand upon. Like, it's not something that I'm just gonna have to toss away. It's something that actually has bones. It's a freaking fetus, you guys. And in 9 months, it's gonna grow into a baby. And then after that, the bones are gonna get stronger. And they're gonna just, oh my gosh, okay? I'm just, wow. Wow. So if you watch this vlog, I don't know how long it is, but if you watch this vlog, tak so mycket för titta. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Please feel free to comment anything down in the comment section. I read every single comment. Please feel this joy with me, you guys. Feel this joy with me, and let's just talk about writing. Share your book projects. Share your freaking securities with me if you want, because I'm just in disbelief. Anyway, I'm gonna go eat lunch. I will see you guys all in the next video. It will be the video where we're outlining Act 2. Wish me luck, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Adios, au revoir, salut, hey do, goodbye, and papa.